this might be a little bit painful, but as I've been troubleshooting the Blockin process, I got myself an onion skin app that allows me to stack and layer two pictures at the same time in order to compare them by varying the opacity of the layers. And I think this tool can tell you a lot in terms of your accuracy. A lot of my suspicions about this specific Blockin were confirmed, but I'd say some things that were a big surprise to me were the placement of the nose as well as the placement of the ear that I didn't realize, but that helped a lot, and I think that'll help to accelerate my progress. So we're gonna do another one. So what I have right now is just a simple proportion between the width and the height of the head, at least, well, because I'm using a picture that's not very clear. I'm using the hairline as the top of the head, and then from there I've proportioned out the brow line as well as the parallel horizontal where the nose sits, and then from there we just kind of add and develop more and more relationships for all of the features and all of the structural components. One other thing I haven't mentioned, I decided for this video, because I don't have as much content to show, some of you, I can't even imagine some of you, but maybe one of you would be interested in seeing how I do things in real time. So that's what today's video is all about. I'm going to take a guess and say the nose goes from here to right about here. And then I'm going to check that measurement. take the width of the nose. Check it in relation to the overall width of the head. And it appears to be about 3.5 widths, nose widths. Looks like either that nose is too narrow, or honestly, maybe, again, my width is too wide. Let's look at the forehead. I know that the brow is going to be 1/4 down from this length here. Yeah, I think the forehead is good. I think what's tricking me here is this shadow occlusion, making me think the head is narrower than it actually is. Might as well just block in some of the hair as well, just so I can, I'll be eyeballing it, but it'll maybe help to dissipate some of that strange optical illusion. What I'm doing here is I'm kind of mapping out, I'm using the shadow contours here to try to infer the overall structure of the cheek and the cheekbone. It can be kind of tricky to make those discernments. Place the mouth, the opening for which appears to be 2/3 of the way up from the chin to the nose. So and that already seems like too much. It's gotta be lower than that, I think. And I will say, this type of pencil measurement system I'm using here isn't particularly precise. just have to take a closer look. The good thing about this stage is that everything can be adjusted and everything can change, at least the most in comparison to the rest of the process. If I was going to change anything, this is the part where I would change it. And sometimes I think it might be worth just putting something down before checking and guessing, or checking in and verifying that wherever you land is correct, and then presumably from there you can make changes and adjustments. Place the eyes. I used to do the eyes last because it would scare me to death, but generally you always want to try to draw the entire thing at the same time, in a way where nothing is overdeveloped at any point. Now, I've been using kind of the structure of the skin folds, as well as just the hinted structure of the eye sockets to kind of help me find the placement. I'm just trying to see if there's a better way, any type of landmark I could use to figure that out. I think I can use the negative space to help me. We also want to take note of the tilt, the canthal tilt, as well as just the overall tilt of the eyes. You can see I'm also using a lot of straight lines. Straight lines just help to simplify things and look at the bigger picture. Where these eyes are, and I can tell it's been a consistent problem with this particular project where I'm just placing the eyes too high, it seems like. Right, so I think what I have here is a good stopping point. I'm fairly confident that we made some even bigger improvements. but we'll see when I put a fresh pair of new eyes on it tomorrow. I think at this point it's probably time for me to stop being a bit of a perfectionist here, and actually kind of get started on the real thing. Normally if you were skilled enough, you wouldn't really have to do as many practice or preparatory work for such a project, but I've accepted that I'm the type of person that needs to. If I made you fall asleep, thank you for sleeping to my video. Good night.